Hi, so my name is Valerie Hertz,
And I'm Jody Rubin.
and we are two of the three counselors at Swenson Arts and Technology High School. We're one of the CTE schools in the district, and our third counselor is Maggie Utz, and unfortunately, she was unable to make this meeting. But the way that we work here at Swenson is we separate our student body by alphabet. We feel that that allows for continuity, building relationships, which we emphasize here at Swenson.
So the purpose of this overview is to inform the 8th grade counselors about Swenson and the criteria and the activities that we offer and what makes us unique and special and sets us apart from all the other schools. So the mission of Swenson is to prepare our diverse student population for careers, apprenticeships, and post-secondary studies by offering challenging academic and career programs in a safe, supportive learning environment. All Swenson students complete a challenging career program major tied to industry standards with exit assessments and certifications, empowering them to become lifelong learners and productive members of society.
So admission criteria and any of the specialized requirements. At this point, Swenson is a citywide admission school, so there are no required criteria for admission to our school.
So we have 33 students for every one teacher in our general education classes, but in our trade classes, our career and technical education classes, the ratio is 24 students to one teacher.
And one of the reasons that that ratio is smaller is because the students and we might be getting to that in other slides, but our students beginning in the 10th grade will spend on in their entire high school career a total of 1,080 hours. So it's very hands-on, aside from the instructional learning that is book learning, that whenever they're in one of the 10 technical programs, it's very hands-on. So that's why that ratio is limited to 24 max.
So we do offer a few AP courses. We've offered English literature and microeconomics in person for many years now. But new to Swenson is we're offering two correspondence courses, which are US history and world history. The students take those courses at Swenson online, and there is an online teacher who teaches those two courses.
So we have, as I mentioned, we have 10 different technical programs. They're listed on the screen. We have auto body collision, which is primarily the outside of the car, automotive tech, which is the inside of the workings of the car, primarily. Obviously, that's not all that's involved. We have the baking and pastry arts. We have a culinary program, carpentry, computer systems networking, digital media, electrical engineering, and our health related technologies. We have seen growth in these programs. So some of these programs actually are running, we have 2 classes going at the same time for some of these programs that we have.
So our bell schedule is that we are on a block roster. So each class is 2 periods long. So in order to do that, we have an A day and a B day schedule. So some classes you have A and some classes you have B, and you have them every other day. Usually we're on a schedule 1, which means there's no community meeting, but sometimes like on Thursdays or sometimes other times, the principal will call a schedule 2 where we will have a community meeting. And like Ms. Hertz said, in 9th grade, it's all academic classes. You don't get your shop classes until 10th grade, and then more in 11th, and then more in 12th. And we made this schedule in order for the students to be able to obtain their 1,080 hours by the time they graduate in their CTE area.
So uniforms. So in our in the student guide handbook, it does talk about uniforms. Our uniform policy is flexible, although we would like to see our students preferably in Swenson gear. We have a wide array of Swenson gear, which the students actually really enjoy. Many different choices of t-shirts, some of which have been designed by our students in our digital media or through student contests. And of course, appropriate attire for the school setting. So nothing with holes, nothing, you know, that could be considered inappropriate. And again, also appropriate footwear, in particular in some of our technical programs in the shops, carpentry, for example, it really does require very specific footwear because obviously safety is our primary concern. And we want to ensure that the students are attired as needed, especially per shop requirements. So a more exhaustive list of what's appropriate is found in our student handbook, along with this slide.
Extracurricular activities. We do offer sports, not football. That's the number one question that we get when it comes to sports. But for boys, we have basketball, baseball, and soccer. Co-ed is cross country, indoor, outdoor, track and field. And for girls, we have basketball and softball. However, we do have cooperation agreements with neighboring schools for some sports that are not available at Swenson.
And we have a wide array of clubs and activities. This is a short list because, again, we're at the start of our school year. So as we continue into the school year, clubs are typically added to that list. When a student is interested in a particular area, they bring that to the attention of either our student government or our student body or administration, and we do everything that we can to find a staff member who would be willing to supervise and participate so that we can organize that club for the students. But as of now, we have volleyball, anime, art, student government, GSA, which is Gay Straight Alliance, public health, NTHS tutoring, which NTHS stands for National Technical Honor Society, which we have a pretty robust grouping of students who participate in that. JROTC and Yearbook Committee. JROTC is a year-long class that's held at Swenson. And so we have that available to students as well.
So PIAA eligibility for sports, in order to participate in an extracurricular activity, you must comply with their rules. I'm not going to read this slide to you, but if you have any questions about it, you can go on to their website, which is www.piaa.org.
So some of the special events that we have at our school, dances, of course, the prom that's open to juniors and seniors. We have the JROTC ball that the students get very excited about participating in. And then through one of our programs, the Allied Health Program, we have a pinning ceremony as well as the National Technical Honor Society induction ceremony. Our JROTC every year performs a 9/11 memorial service or ceremony at the start of the year. And we also have community days throughout our school year, which the students, this became, I would say, more frequent last year, where we noticed that this would be a good opportunity to provide, it's sort of like an opportunity for students to get connected to additional resources, specifically mental health resources. It gives them an opportunity to experience other different types of programming that wouldn't necessarily fit within the instructional class period, but is aligned with our curriculum, especially the SEL curriculum. Our next upcoming one is scheduled for after the SATs, because once a student sits for the PSAT or SAT, we feel that it's a good idea to give them a little bit of a break and to have that opportunity for them to come together, for all of us to come together as a community.
So, support services, we have a JFCS, Jewish Federation,
Family
Children's Services, thank you, yes. They will come to Swenson and they'll do small groups. We do have the tutoring, as we've said before. Edgenuity is for a class that a child may have failed that they can take online to make up the credit. We are, of course, involved in SAP, and we have therapy dogs that come to Swenson and work with different populations of our students.
So in terms of transportation, it's the same throughout the district. Any students, and of course, our student body comes from all over the city. Any student who resides outside of a 1.5-mile radius is assigned a SEPTA key card. And of course, any student with special circumstances can be connected to yellow bus services as well.
So that's it. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to one of us and we will be happy to answer any of your questions. Thank you.
Thank you.